So again, welcome. Again, we're going to be talking about the libraries today. My name is Kristin Sanchez. I am the district-wide library coordinator for the EPCC libraries. And so today what we're going to be talking about is some of the resources that you have available to you here at the EPCC libraries. And we are going to be offering Tejano passport points for attending today's session. So I would like to share some information about that with you in the chat later on, as well as give you the opportunity to earn points towards getting a medallion by attending sessions that are put on by the Tejano Passport Program. So we'll give you some information at the end about that, as well as give you a link for you to be able to access those points. So sit back, relax, and today we're going to talk about the libraries. If you have questions, go ahead and stop me at any time. I like to answer them as we go. And so if you have any questions, put them in the chat box down at the bottom. You'll see a little purple thumb that you can extend out and click on the chat box and ask questions, or you can just raise your hand at the bottom and I will answer any questions you might have. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so this is the library homepage. And so the first thing I want to share with you is how you're going to get to this section, because you know, sometimes people can't find it within the college page. And so in order to do that, what you can do is on any EPCC page, you can click on menu, and we are one of your resources over here on the side. And you'll notice that we're right here on the list, and you can just click there and get to the library page. You can also scroll down on any EPCC page, and you'll see down here at the bottom, libraries are on all the different pages. So if you're on any EPCC page, you can just scroll down and find us that way. And of course, you can also just Google us. So if you Google EPCC libraries, you'll be able to get into that as well. So there's another way to get to us. And then once you get to this page, as you scroll down a little bit, you'll see there is a Get Connected button right here. And Get Connected, what it does is it puts you in a chat box, and you're going to chat. You're not going to speak out loud. You're going to just be typing like you do normally texting. And you'll be able to chat with a librarian and ask a question. And if you look here on the online hours, you'll notice that we're 24 hours a day. So what that means is during our operating hours during the day, you're going to be talking with an EPCC librarian or library staff member. And then after we're closed, other librarians around the country or around the world will pick up our questions for us. And they have some, you know, set questions that we've provided the information to them. So they'll be able to help our students from anywhere they're located. I have seen at 2 o'clock in the morning, we've had people answer from Scotland and England. So it's kind of cool that we have that assistance from librarians around the world to be able to help you anytime you need it. So if you just click Connect Now, it opens up and you'll see a chat box here where you put your name, your contact info, just in case we get disconnected, as well as the question that you have, and you submit it and we'll answer that. You can also send a question this way under Message a Librarian, and you can expect a reply within about 24 hours for us to answer that question. So that is our Get Connected service for you. As you scroll on down that page, a lot of you have questions as to how do I find some of our articles or books or ebooks? How do I access those? So one way you can do that is we have something called an EBSCO Discovery Service, and it's been called by one of our librarians kind of like a super Google-ish kind of search. You're not searching Google. What you're searching is our resources that we own at the library, and just by using that one search box, you can find everything at once. So let's just say I'm looking for the word drone, and I call it up. It's looking for that word in the author's name, the notes, the titles. It's looking everywhere that we have resources, and it's trying to match it. And so you'll see the first thing that pops up on here is something called a research starter. So basically, anytime you do research, the first thing you're going to want to do is find out about your topic. What is a drone and what is it used for? What's the history? That kind of information before you start trying to find articles or research on it. So if you click on that drone right there, what it's going to do is open up and it tells you all about it. It's called background research. And this is a really great tool that EBSCO Discovery Service offers, is it provides you that information right up at the start, and then it can help guide your searching. Okay, so that's drone. And then as you look down the rest of the sources, you'll see here that you have books, it'll say here that this is an ebook right here. You might find some articles and things. So if you want to limit your search because you just have so much to look at, you have all these limits down the side that you can use. You can limit dates because drones back in 1732, as this one's saying, it goes all the way back 300 years, I'm sure are different than the kind of drones we're thinking about right now. But as you scroll down, you can see that you can limit it to newspapers or magazines or journals or ebooks and even more. So let's just say all I want right now are ebooks. All I have to do is click on that little box right there, and it gets rid of all the other things except ebooks. And so all of these books are here, and since it's electronic, I can access it. So how am I going to get this from home? So if you are affiliated with EPCC, you will have a My EPCC login and password. And what that does for you is it will allow you to access these resources from home. So when you click on any of these items to look at home, such as this one, a My EPCC login and password box is going to pop up for you at home, and then you'll fill it out, and then you'll be able to see the book or the article or whatever. So this popped up. This is my ebook here. It gives me all the information about it. And if I actually want to look at it, I can click on this down here on the side. You do have the option of downloading the book. And that's kind of like when you use Netflix, how you can download those movies now to your phone and use them without internet. This is similar. You can download the book to any internet accessible device. And then once you download it, you no longer need internet to read it. It'll be on your device, and then it'll go away after the checkout period's over. But in order to do that, you will have to have a login and password that you create with whoever is putting out that book. So usually it's EBSCO or ProQuest. So if you look over here on the left-hand side, you'll see there's a PDF full text. So that's where I'm going to click. You don't have to download your books. You can just click on that PDF and just go page by page or just to the chapter you want, unless you're planning on reading the entire book. So here on the left-hand side, it has all the chapters. You can jump ahead, or you can just go down here at the bottom and just turn your pages. If I can get it to turn my page. So you have it that way. And then if you're just looking, I just need somebody's name, or I'm looking for uses in war or something specific, even has a little thing where you can search within that book right here. If you click there, and you can add any words, and it'll look for those words within that book. So that's how you can make your search a little bit more close to what you're looking for. Okay. And so that is using our EBSCO Discovery Service. So I did ebooks. I found ebooks. If I wanted articles, I would limit to articles, and they would also pop up. So for example, let's say I want something from a magazine. I'm going to get rid of those ebooks down the side and just put magazines. And that's all you're going to find here are magazines. And you'll see here it has a PDF full text. That's also going to be your article that you can read from there as well. And all of these things you can download, you can save, you can print. So you have all sorts of little buttons down the side as well across the top. So this is just kind of an overview of how to use our system. It's not a full-blown instruction. We can offer that to you as well, but this is just to get you started. Okay, so this is how you use our EDS system is what it's called. As you scroll on down, we have even more resources for you. So you'll see here that under resources, we have classic catalog. That's basically if you want to search for a book, you can go there and you can search by keywords, you can search by title, you can search by author. If you don't want to get millions and millions and millions of searches, just kind of like what we did with EDS where it gives you everything, you just want the book, you can put that title in there, and it'll also look for DVDs and things as well. If I just want to find ebooks, I do have some great ebook collections that I'd like to show you that we have. If you look at each one of these, it tells you what they have in them. So like the first one is like literary criticism ebooks. When you click on that, what it offers to you is books that help explain some of the books you might read for literary purposes or the authors of those books. So like Edgar Allan Poe, George Orwell, If you have to do research for any kind of English class, they have all sorts of books here. If you look, there's over 1,000 results, and then you can even do your search. So my best advice to you is any page you click on, there's going to be a search box of some type. Look for that and put your information there to try to search for titles and authors and things like that. So that is Bloom's literary criticism. We also offer something kind of cool. This is called Comics Plus. So Comics Plus is a lot of graphic novels. And so the graphic novels are online that you can read them at home without having to see if the next volume is available or the chapter, whatever you're looking for is available. You can just access these at home. So you will have to make an account, and it says sign up now. So you do have that option as well. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's kind of a new database for us. It also has a search box. Remember, I told you there's always some kind of box. And then you have categories. You have featured categories, popular, just added. You can click on categories, or if you know a publisher you like, you can click on that. And as you scroll down, you can see here's all these different graphic novels for you to look at. So you have access to these at home. So if you click on one of them, it has this little green like arrow here where you can read it. And then you can just click the arrow here to go to the next page. And so you have access to thousands of these graphic novels at home. So that's kind of a cool database. So that one is called Library Pass. Here's where you create the account, and here's where you log into your account. One of our other ebook databases that's really, really helpful is Salem Press down here at the bottom. And the reason I like Salem Press is because it has a lot of good, just basic information. If you have a word you're looking for or an author, you can just, again, use that keyword. But you can scroll down, and if you notice off to the right-hand side, the column is Careers in Business. This is all books on different types of fields of careers. So cybersecurity, business, artificial intelligence, fish and wildlife. You want to go into gaming. Anything and everything should be over here on this side. So let's just say I'm interested in going into a career in science and engineering. I can click on that book, and it's going to open up and give me a listing of careers in those fields. And I can actually just click on one of those. Let's just say I want to become maybe an industrial engineer. When you click on it, it'll provide you information about that career. So it tells you an overview, your environment, what kind of specializations you can do, what are you going to be working in, are you outside, indoors, what kind of training and classes do you need to take. So, and it tells you how to find jobs. It's really, really nice how much you earn. So this is on Salem Press, and that's the category of careers. So it has a bunch of different categories. Under health, you have things about addictions or adolescent health, alternative health, anything about cancer, infectious diseases. If you come over here are the different sciences. And these are all books that we've gotten the ebook for. So we have a print copy of the books in one of our libraries, and then they also give us a free online version of the book. So that's what's kind of nice about this database. It's like a full book about countries and cultures and history and English. So all the categories are at the top, and then you can just browse and click. And again, I like to talk a lot, so if you have questions, please stop me at any time. I'd love to help you and explain things better if you need help. Okay, as we go down under these resources that I'm under, the next thing we have is online databases. So that's where we're going to spend a lot of our time right now, is online databases. So when I click on those online databases, what those are magazines, journals, newspapers, there's streaming videos. These are all divided up by subjects. So you'll see business, you'll see career and testing, controversial, health and medicine, literature, newspapers. They're divided up so you can kind of target what you're looking for. And if you have no idea, like, I don't even know where to start, you can click under general. So we have this one tab called general right here. And when you click on it, what it's going to do for you is show you databases that cover everything A to Z. It's got their music, it's got science, it's got literature, it's got all sorts of stuff. And so it'll have just to help you get started. So it tells you a little description about it. So you'll see a lot of different kinds of databases. So just kind of read that description to see what you want to use. One of the most powerful is this Academic Search Complete. I'm not going to actually search it. I just want to show you what it looks like, because it is the same kind of search like what we did on that EDS on the first page. So you put your words in there and it's going to look through a lot of the same resources for magazines, journals, newspapers. But again, just put your words in search and see what you get. And again, you have a bunch of limiters down here to help limit your source, like by date or full text or peer reviewed. You have a lot of options. Under general, the one I wanted to show you was this Credo reference. Credo reference, remember when we landed on drone and it told you all about what a drone is, that background information? Credo is all background information. So this is a place you can go to look for a specific topic. It's like a bunch of handbooks and encyclopedias. It's to help you get started. So if you're not quite sure about your topic, you're not quite sure what you want to do, you can type in your topic here. Like I want to say artificial intelligence. It's a big topic right now. Gives you some kind of different little things here down to choose from. So I'm just going to click the glass here on the side. And it opens up to the next page, and it starts by telling you all about artificial intelligence. It gives you articles, gives you images, and if you see where it's coming from the Oxford Encyclopedia of History of American Science, or it's coming from The Big Idea, Breakthroughs That Shape the Future, Essentials of Philosophy and Ethics. So there's different types of encyclopedias and handbooks. So it's giving you a philosophical view, it's giving you a scientific view. It's all sorts of neat information about your topic that can help you then narrow it down a little further for you to begin your research. As can this web over here. It tells you in the middle is artificial intelligence. Well, then you can break out to these names of people involved with artificial intelligence, or you can go into different categories like machine learning or intelligent agent, artificial neural network. So like if you click on one of them, then you can then break out into that topic as well. So see, here's artificial neural network. It gave me information on the one I clicked. So this will then be something you can click on, get the full-blown article or entry from the encyclopedia, and then you can use it for your research. Yeah, go ahead, Alyssa. Okay. All right. So as we go down, we're going to look at some other databases. And I just kind of handpicked a few that I like to show just because I think they offer a lot of neat stuff. So one of the ones I like is under controversial. A lot of people do papers on hot topics and things like that. So under controversial is where you'd find that kind of help. And so we have one called opposing viewpoints. So under opposing viewpoints, it's just what it sounds like. It's going to give you people who are for it and against it and different aspects of that topic. So that's opposing viewpoints. It gives you both sides. So let's just say you're talking about gun control and you have no idea what's good or what's bad about it. People will have essays they wrote, and these are professionals in fields, that wrote about those different types of issues and why it's good or bad or what they think. And you can go down on the main page. It kind of breaks it down by categories. So if you're saying I want a science topic or I want something on politics, it'll give you those topics this way. Or you have this little light bulb right here that says to browse. So this is a good place to go if you have no idea, which a lot of people never do. They don't know what they want to research. They don't know what they're looking for. So this is a good place to help you make that choice. You can go here to browse issues. And this is where you'll find a lot of different categories to choose from. Okay, so you'll see here endangered species, voting, plagiarism, politics, elections, reality television, road rage. It has all sorts of different things to choose from. So let's just say it says some of these are updated. They just recently added new information. And one of the ones I saw recently added was down here. Women in politics. So I'm going to click on that one. And again, at the top, it gives you an overview of the topic. It kind of gives you a little bit of information to get started. You read more, and then it gives you the whole information right there. You can go back, and then you go down, and here's those viewpoints. So it's going to give you, please not a woman, or a record-breaking number of women were elected, and etc. So there's all sorts of views, and these are just the top 3. So if you click here on featured viewpoints up at the top, it'll give you the rest of those. They just kind of give you the top 3 of each category, and then you can click on that for more. And then you see over here, there's journal articles, there's viewpoint essays again, reference sources, biographies, audio, news, magazines. Everything is kind of like a one-stop shop for a controversial issue. Really nice information. And if you don't find your topic there, like maybe you're talking about concussion in sports and you don't see something like that, you could put your words in the search box and it'll search for those words in all of these different resources. So that's opposing viewpoints. Okay. And then under a different category, I have to go all the way back into my databases. Under a different category, if we click, let's say, on literature, a lot of you will take English classes. So a lot of times you'll talk about a novel, you'll talk about an author, you have to criticize them, or you have to write, about the novel, about the main characters and the theme of the novel. You have all these resources that are all good for literature, including there's a Bloom's Literature. Earlier we saw the ebook version. So Bloom's Literature is kind of nice. I like the way it's set up. When you come on here, it has all these authors' names. So if you want to read about Zora Hurston or Robert Frost, these are the authors here on the main page, but then I can click on View All. There's also the different stories. If you want Wuthering Heights, Death of a Salesman, again, View All. And there's a whole bunch of them. And I like the way they have it here with the pictures. It makes it nice to look at. You got the color purple, Beowulf. So let's just say I want to look at Frankenstein. If I click on it, it gives me criticisms, who are the characters, what videos there are, any kind of reference sources, biographies down here on the side. So this is a really nice place. It will tell you about Mary Shelley, the author. All these are available to you on this Bloom's Literature. You also on this page have Gale Literature, which will give you these books you'll see in the library. If you ever look in the libraries, they have rows and rows of criticism books. Well, we own them online too. So instead of going down to the library, you could be doing this at home in your pajamas and just get onto Gale Literature and look up your sources that way as well. And that's under literature. So one of the more cool databases we got recently is called the El Paso Herald-Post and El Paso Times Newspapers Archive. So this is under the category of newspapers. We have them back to 1881. So it's kind of nice. You'll be able to go in there and click and you could read, newspaper articles that were happening in the 1880s here in El Paso. You can see things like World War I, what was going on with Fort Bliss in World War I. You could see them establish the Texas College of Mines, or, they have articles about what was going on in El Paso back since 1881. So it's a really nice resource. And I was trying to figure out what topic would be nice to talk about with you all. And I know a lot of you all have seen the statue of the alligators in the plaza downtown. So I said, well, let's look at a little history about the alligators and the plaza. And since this is El Paso, I'm not going to put El Paso down. I just put alligators and plaza because it's already in El Paso. So I search and it'll look all sorts of places for these types of articles, including all the way up to last week, July 21st. It had an article talking about it, kind of like the history of it. So I have 2,939 results about it. So I can click on this first one and say, okay, well, let's see what this has for me. And what's nice is it shows you the newspaper. It's not just typed out. It's actually the pictures, and it's actually coming from Trish Long, who's the librarian over there at the El Paso Times, Tales from the Morgue, where they give the history of El Paso. and it's talking about in the 1920s about the alligators coming to the San Jacinto Plaza, etc. So this was kind of neat. And this was all the way back to the 1880s. So again, kind of cool. Yeah, you can. You can look for your family history. It has all sorts of information in there. So that's one article. You go back a step. And then let's just say, because like me, I like history. And so it says I'm sorting it by relevance. That means the amount of times that it pops up. So you see the word alligator, alligator, alligator in the plaza. That's why these come up on top. It's more relevant to what you're looking for. But I kind of like to switch my search to get to the oldest first. So you can see all the way back to 1885. So kind of neat. Some of the articles are about alligator boots in the plaza. So that's not my topic, but you can kind of look at some of these articles and see what it looked like in the newspaper. I'm just going to click on one so you can see it. And this is the article from 1889. And so you can kind of see what the newspaper looked like at that time. So kind of cool. At least I think it is. Okay. And then so I wanted to show you some other topics that you can look at using our databases. So I just covered a few items. I mean, we've got history, humanities, reference. Another area that you might need to use our reference sources is science and technology. So another great database that I like to use is called Gale and Context Science. So this is right here. The reason I like it, again, is very colorful. It has photos, it has all sorts of neat stuff, so it makes you want to search. It makes you kind of interested in the topics. So for the science topics, like right now it has cicadas, not maybe what I wanted to search, but as I scroll down, here's biographies and biology and chemistry and math and physics and health and medicine and general science. So let's just say I want to look at biology topics. Maybe I'm in a biology class and have to do research. If I go there, it'll give me a listing of topics to choose from under biology. So if you just have to choose something, this is where you can come and try to see if there's something you're interested in. So maybe let's just say over here, I want to look at blood groups. So that it'll talk again. It's kind of owned by the same people that did Opposing Viewpoints. So it has that same look. So it's an overview, and then here's articles and journals, biographies, audio, magazines, newspapers, photos. So you could use that for like presentations and things if you're writing about that. So this is Gale Science. Any questions so far? Yeah, okay. All right. Another database I want to show you is the videos. So we do have streaming videos. So you'll see on here there's a listing of different places to look for videos. So there's one that we got recently called Canopy. And Canopy is kind of cool because it has over 10,000 streaming videos, including documentaries, maybe some of the Oscar winners and things like that. And so again, you'll make an account with Canopy, and that way you can have your videos that you want to search. So you'll see here it has some things that have been happening in the news, like Richard Simmons passed away recently, so they have his video up front. Okay, Weinstein's been in the news a lot, so they have his documentary there. And then just all different videos here. You can search them. You can browse by category. So let's just say I'm interested in history. You see all these in Thomas Jefferson, voting for women, all of these different divisions they have: African history, Latin American, Middle Eastern, Asian. So you have a lot, and you just click on it to start watching it. And again, you can sign in to create an account here so that if you save any to your account or things like that, it'd be easier for you to use it. So you have access to all of this. Okay, so that's videos. And then you have right here this tab that says alphabetical listing. And what that alphabetical listing does is, maybe I'm not sure what category it's under. You can just look at all the databases and look at how many we have on here. There's a lot to choose from. And so you can kind of go down the list and see what we have access to. Some of the ones that we get from the state of Texas, they give us some like on maybe hobbies and careers and things like that. Some of the ones that people like to use for their personal lives outside of school. Chilton's Library. So if you have a car you want to repair, the Chilton's manuals are known for that. And you can enter in your car, make and model and year, and it'll pull up the manual for that particular car. And in this case, it's a little tired. It's not wanting to work today. So we'll go move on to another one that wants to show itself. Okay, but that's Chilton's. It worked earlier, but we'll come back to it, see if it'll open up later. As we scroll on down that list, somebody did mention searching the newspapers for genealogy. Well, we actually do have a database for genealogy as well, this Heritage Quest. You can search the census and city directories here, as well as military records back to the Revolutionary War and things like that. So on here, you have your Heritage Quest online, where you can search for records. You can actually put their names here and see if they can find resources for you. Here's the census. It goes to the 1950s. You can actually search books that have been published, like cemetery books or books from churches and things where you can find records, Revolutionary War, even Canada. So you have access through that. And then down here we have hobbies and crafts. So if there's something you want to learn how to do, I want to learn how to sew or make something, Halloween's coming up, I want to make some crafts for that. It has this hobby and craft database. So it has holiday crafts, cooking, art, indoor recreation, if you like to sew or do needlepoint or knit. It has home and garden. So like for holiday crafts, you can click on it and it'll have the different holidays, Christmas, Easter, Kwanzaa, Valentine's, Thanksgiving. I want to make a little turkey. It gives you ebooks. So instead of having to go buy those books, you have them right here. So these are just the top few results, and then you can click on all results and it'll give you articles and ebooks about different things. So it'll save you a lot of money. You learn how to preserve your food and you don't have to go buy that book. It's right here for you. And then for any of you all want to do some home improvements, there's also a home improvement database that you can click on. So for communication majors, you're interested in something, you know what? I think you would do very well in that academic search complete. I think that one will cover everything. Under general, you have access to, I'm saying this one has over 8,500 periodicals. And so you would be able to look in this one or academic one file, and you would be able to get a lot of great resources. And it depends on what you're looking for. What is your topics and things like that. So a good place for you to start would be back at this. Let's just say, I'm just going to put in general, mass communications. Just in general. If you had more specific, put those words. And then so you'll see here, mass communications. And then once you want to add more words to it or you want to put something, you can. And you'll see we have ebooks, we have articles, all sorts of neat stuff here. But yeah, no, definitely we have a lot of resources for pretty much everything. And then again, under this alphabetical listing, you have this Home Improvement Reference Center. And then under Home Improvement Source, you say you want to work on your air conditioning because it's going to be 104 today. As you scroll down, electrical, gardening, interiors, kitchens, painting. So if I click on kitchens, do you want kitchen and bathroom maintenance? Do you want finishings, wiring? It has all sorts of stuff. So a lot of people have probably never even seen these, even if you use the library a lot, because you're usually looking for class, but we have fun stuff too. So I like these. And then the last item I want to show you for your topics would be to go to career and testing, because this one just has a very, very powerful database that you can use to help you and your brothers, sisters, kids, whoever you've got. It goes from basically third grade all the way through adult, helping you with subjects like math and English and social studies and science, test if you want to get a job. They have different career tests. So I'm going to show you a database under career and testing. And for your mass communications question too, I'm just thinking if you're interested in career information, go back to that Salem ebooks. There's going to be career information for mass comm under there too. So I just thought about that, sorry. Career and testing, you'll see that we have these databases available under career and testing. The one I'm talking about is Learning Express. I think this is one of our most powerful databases. And anybody, if you work in tutoring or you help somebody or you need help yourself, this is the place to come. Again, you'll have to make an account. It's easy. I've noticed today that they have sign in with Google. So you can actually sign in with your Google account, but I still register for an account. I did. So let me log in real quick. I used my personal account for this one. And then under my password, I'm going to enter my password. And the reason why you get an account is so you can access all the resources. You can see the title and the summary of what the resource is, but you can't actually use it unless you have your account. Okay, so I have Kristin Sanchez, and it gives me my center. This is my center of things I've started. I have tests and tutorials and ebooks and videos that I've started that I can, like if I say I'm hungry, I want to go get me a Whataburger or something, I can leave and come back and complete it later because it's still right here under my list. Okay, so I'm going to show you what kinds of things they have. Sorry, let me get my mouse is out of control. Okay, so Career Center Plus. What kind of things can you find on Career Center Plus? So this one is where you can search for careers and job skills. If you look here, you can prepare for these different kinds of tests. So if you have to take your CDL test, you're going to get your commercial driver. You're going into electrician. You want to go in the military or law enforcement or nursing. It helps you prepare by showing you like the ASVAB. Let me click on it. So here's the ASVAB. You don't have to come in and check out a book. You have ebooks here and practice tests. And what's really cool about the practice test, I have to tell you, I clicked on it. I'm going to start my test. And what's really cool about it is most tests will give you 3 options. So it'll give you an option to be just like if you were sitting there taking your test wherever you have to take it. It'll start the timer and it'll stop when it's over, no matter if you're finished or not. That's the simulation. The practice is the timer's going to be going, but it's not going to stop you if you go over time. It'll let you finish. And it's going to give you the answers after you're done. So that way it can explain the answers. Or you can do a learner. A learner is you're not worried about the time. You're going to answer and then you're going to see what the answer is if you got it wrong or right there on the spot. So I'm going to start the test just so you can see what it is, and don't make fun because I don't know anything about these kind of questions. And it's telling me a hard disk shows how many millibytes are free and how many millibytes are used. If you delete it and create a new file, how many free MB will the hard disk have? Well, I'm just going to guess because I don't have time to play around, so I just said B. Oh, I forgot to change it. Hold on, I got to go back. Let me start it up again. I didn't change it to learner because I like learner mode. Now, start the test. So you saw what it looked like in simulate in one of the modes, the practice mode. I'm going to answer the same thing. Now it says I can check my answer. And it's, oh, no, you're wrong. The answer is 879,000, etc. Okay, so it gives you the right one. And if you have trouble understanding, see how it says topic and subtopic? You can go and check on those to see how you do. And what's really nice, I'm going to just answer a couple of these just to have some answers on here. I'm going to say score my test. I'm not done, but I'm going to say score my test. If I wanted to go eat, I would say finish later. But I wanted to go ahead and finish and score. And it says you didn't finish, but score it anyway. And it tells me my score, and it tells you how many you get right, how many are incorrect, and it breaks down the category. So let's say I got some right in fractions, but I didn't do very well in decimals or percents. that means I need to study more in those areas. So I know that before I take that test, I should study a little more in those sections. So it has the grammar, everything. So that's what's really nice about this database, is it gives you that kind of help. Okay, so that's for Career Center. Job and Career Accelerator helps you prepare to go and find a job. You can search for jobs here. You can explore careers. So let's just say, I really don't know what I want to do. Explore occupations. It has tests you can take and helps you match. You can find a career match. You can make your resume and letters. And if you do that and you search for a job, you can upload that resume and letter on the spot. Helps you prepare for interviews, has ebooks for different careers, and it has scholarships in schools that offer different kinds of careers. So real nice. Searching for jobs is real nice. It has you use Monster is who it is. In the USA for internships also, not just jobs. And then you can launch your career tool or the internship one. Pretty neat. Okay, so they have things for like high school. On here you can get tutorials for like GED, even the GED in Spanish. They have college admissions tests. So they have all of these different tests, for high schoolers that want to take the ACT or the SAT or any AP classes. So like I said, it's good for brothers and sisters. Grades 3 through 8 are your kids. Elementary, they have these subjects for math and reading. For middle school, they have additional subjects. So you see all of these different help that you have. High school students, we even have, sometimes people that have never really done real well in math, they want to use those 3 through 8 because they want to just start at the beginning and learn. So those are great sources for that as well. High school students, look at all the subjects: technology, social studies, science, English, math. College success, it helps you get organizational skills, some keyboarding skills, classroom success. So these can help you in college and beyond. College Center Plus, these are good for helping you in college for math, reading, grammar, science. Kind of gives you a different level. So if I click on math, it'll be going up into calculus and logic and reasoning and all of that, as well as developmental as well. Then they have adult core skills. Again, math, reading, how to become a U.S. citizen, improving your writing, speaking, and grammar. Computer skills, how to get started with the internet, keyboard and typing, software tools. So if you need help with Microsoft, Excel, Word, Access, PowerPoint, Outlook, or even they have Adobe and Photoshop, all of these, even Windows. So this can help pretty much anyone. And then they even have some in Spanish here. So if you see here, you have like citizenship, GED, math, all of these are available, grammar. And then this is the newest that they've added, this AWS. I actually had to go look up what this was, and it's the Amazon Web Services. And so basically what these are courses to offer the different components offered by the Amazon Web Services. Learning how to make cloud essentials, developer tools, database concepts, migrations, operations, game technology. So if this is something you need to do, you can click on it. You have to click on it again, and then it starts courses. So there's actual courses that you can click on to get started for these different topics. Looks like it's going to be a video. It's coming up. Yeah, who knows? I think it's, to make websites or do something. Again, it's new. Not quite sure about all these, but we have it. So start your course, etc. So these are all available to you. All you have to do is make an account with Learning Express and you're in. Your family interested in getting it, they can make it through the public library. If they have a library card, they can access all this too from home. So I've made it through the library. Do you all have any questions for me? There's a lot. You had like a library instruction in 45 minutes. Yeah, so if you all have any questions, please access our library page. We have all sorts of information here as well as links to each of our campus libraries. So let's just say I want to go to Mission Library. It has their address, it has their, or the link to the map rather. It has their phone number, it has the head librarian's email, has links to their social media and their hours. And then right now is summer hours. They will change for the fall. They'll get a bit longer. But that way you can get in touch with us. Yeah, you can. So reserving physical books online, actually, you'll need to call or come in. If you call us and you want to get a book, let's just say you want to see if we have one, what we'll do is we'll look it up, we'll make sure we have it, and then we'll put it on hold for you so you can come get it. So call us. We're doing that on the phone instead of online, but you can actually call us and do that or come in person. Okay, says, I'm looking for a test in a certain subject. It's not in the TextShare database. Would I be able to recommend it? Of course. Yes, please. So, yeah, exactly. So there are all sorts of exams. You had a search box on there. If you did not see it, yeah, you can ask us to either purchase it for the libraries, or if you are interested in seeing if they'll add it to Learning Express, it's a recommendation we can make to them. So it's actually powered by Learning Express versus the TextShare. TextShare is just the one that gives it to us. They pay for it for us. So yeah, anytime anyone has a book recommendation, we're always asking for those. And in fact, on our page, we have forms down here that you can ask. And we used to have a form. It's not there right now, but they used to have a form that you could say, hey, I'd like to see if you all could get this book. But you can go ahead and, oh, here it is. It's up here. Suggest materials for purchase. I'm sorry. Click here. And then you can put it. So that's another place. Sorry, it wasn't a form. It was under our resources right here. So yeah, you have information on that. And just to let you know, if you all check out a book, you can renew it online from home without having to bring it in. In order to do that, you use this source here that's called Classic Catalog. And you have over here, View My Record. This is where also you can view what books you have checked out and when they're due and things like that. This is, again, Classic Catalog. Click on it and you can view your record, and it looks a little different. It's the old style. It's not like the new My EPCC style. It's like the old fangled style. So I'm just putting my last name and I put my ID number. I don't have anything checked out right now, but if I did, it would list it and tell me when it's due and if I want to renew it. So you'd be able to do that from home. That's brand new. We did that this semester. So well, I thank you all for coming. I'm glad you all were able to come. Hopefully y'all saw something interesting about the libraries and then learned something new maybe that you didn't. But I thank you all for coming. I am going to put the link for the Tejano passport points in the chat box. Let me get to that. Let me see if I can get to it. Hold on one moment. So if you haven't signed up already, you want to sign up for Tejano Passport Points. So basically what it is EPCC puts out a lot of events. And when they do, they want to get you to sign in when you go to these events. So they'll have a QR code or some kind of a link like I just provided in the chat box. And what that does is it lets them know that you attended, and then that you'll be able to go to so many events towards earning a medallion. So after so many events, they see how many you've attended, then you can earn a medallion that you can wear at graduation. So that's what the Tejano Passport Program is. And Patricia's telling you more in the chat box. So your username is the first part of your email, and then you use your regular EPCC password. And Patricia, I'm going to go ahead and look in your files and get that Tejano flyer up there. And this will take you to the Tejano Passport Program. And then you sign up, and then you're able to start recording your participation. So anybody can sign up, students, staff, faculty. How many points? Do you know, Patricia, how many points to get that medallion? I know some people have earned it already. Yeah. I'm not quite sure, but let me get to that Tejano passport page. Maybe we can get some more information. Okay, there you go. Priscilla put 75 for bronze and 100 for gold. So you have different levels, kind of like the Olympics right now, right? Um, so, so yeah. So there are different levels of medallions. So start attending, and all the events, they usually have some kind of Tejano. And there's actually places around El Paso, I believe, that also um, will get you points as well. Let me go ahead and look up that website for you, and I'll put it in the chat box. Hmm. Yeah, so there's a link to their website, and they'll have a calendar that will show you things that you can attend for those points. But again, I thank you all for coming. Today was our last Tejano virtual event for the semester, the summer semester. So I hope you all do well on your finals if you're taking finals next week. If not, our next Tejano virtual event will be on the August 30th, a Friday at 1 o'clock, same time, same channel. And we will actually be talking about tutoring services at EPCC. So it's a good way to start the semester. Get that help as soon as you can. So again, thank you. Have a great weekend. Have a great week and the rest of your semester off. And then we'll see you back for fall. So take care. Thank you.